Welcome to another incredible episode of Filmatic. Today we are thrilled to welcome a visionary whose journey began in Sebokeng and is now on sets shooting across Africa.
Back then, man, I was just excited to shoot, man. We learned amongst ourselves as peers, because the more you shoot, the better you get, and the better you understand what you're doing, So I just wanted to get myself out there.
His work is celebrated for its rich cinematic depth and has earned him prestigious accolades, including a SAFTA nomination for Best Achievement in Cinematography.
How was it with Shaka? A lot of people are interested in that.
I came in as a second unit DOP. Again, had 3 scenes that we needed to do for the day. Everything had to be backlit. Exterior, only exterior shots. You can't shoot flat on. It's either you contrast it or you backlit it.
Please join me as I welcome a Picasso of painting with lights and lenses and composure, Rangwetsane, Maphike.
It's good to have you.
Been trying to get you here for a while.
Thank you.
I know. Let's get this party started.
I'm an African. Are you African? I'm an African. Everybody's an African. Feels good, right? Feels good. Feels good. Feels good. It feels good every day when every African turns and shines my way. All my brothers from Zaire, Ethiopia, Uganda, and Zimbabwe. It feels good every day when every African turns and shines my way. All my brothers from Zaire, Ethiopia, Uganda, and Zimbabwe. I'm from the continent of refugees and rebels, where minds are richer than all rupees and marbles. Life at its best, view it from all angles. No longer do we wear shackles, but life's bangles. AIDS increases, the poverty's inevitable. Where flowers blossom every day and heart grovel. Traditional acts just brings out the marvel in every African's heart filled with sorrow. Wait for tomorrow, but the road remains narrow. African minds sharp like bow and arrow. We're aiming for higher places, man, I tell you. Communication through rhythms until I see you.
Welcome to another incredible episode of Filmatic. Today we are thrilled to welcome a visionary whose journey began in Sebokeng and is now on sets shooting across Africa. His name is Rangwetsane Maphike. Armed with a BA degree in motion picture from AFDA, Rangwetsane has spent years mastering the art of visual storytelling, seamlessly blending classic film techniques and cutting-edge digital innovation. His work is celebrated for its rich cinematic depth and has earned him prestigious accolades, including a SAFTA nomination for Best Achievement in Cinematography. Rangwetsane's expertise has brought powerful stories to life, like Losing Lerato, A Father's Love, The Lost Fight, the critically acclaimed Deep City, The Estate, Fish's Tale, Stella, and Behind the Picket Line. Now, please join me as I welcome a Picasso of painting with lights and lenses and composure, Rangwetsane Maphike.
Yo, what up?
How you doing?
I'm good.
Easy, machi. Easy, machi. It's good to have you. Been trying to get you here for a while.
Thank you.
I know. Let's get this party started. Rangwetsane Maphike. Can I call you Bush? That's how I know you.
No, call me Rangwetsane. Better. Thank you.
Cool. Rangwetsane, how you doing, my man?
I'm good, sir.
Man, it's so good to have you. When I was going through your profile, it says that your fascination starts with the old Chinese movies. So tell us about that and tell us what sparked, let's dive into that and which takes you into film school.
Okay, let me I'll tell you the journey now. But fascination, you probably went through the same thing.
Yes.
First thing that we used to see a lot was Chinese movies, and you remember maybe at your house you had the VHS. I didn't have it, so I needed to come to your house or I'll sit at the door there, any movie you looking at it there. But that was not my introduction. I never thought I'd be whatever I'm doing today,
Okay.
But that's my memory of watching movies and also watching it at school. So they used to set up back in then you had a school that had 2 classes that can break.
Sure.
In the hood, and then it can break, and then it opens up, it becomes 2 classes, and they'll set up a white sheet in there, and then they'll project, and that's all. But I didn't know what was that, but I know those films playing, So they used to do that. I think I was in standards, then in Sabi, what do you call it? Sabi. You remember there used to
my
be?
age, yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. It's my age. I'm not scared of it. I'm
Yeah.
happy with it. You know. Yeah, and I think those are the introduction. But how I got in was through my, my cousin, which I saw him last week. It broke my heart. But that's one person that actually I didn't even know that, because I studied fine art.
Okay.
So I went and studied fine art. Firstly, I started with civil engineering. I am shy, Baba. Ew.
Okay.
But but you find like, okay, no, this is not my thing. Then I went to study fine art,
Okay.
So I left civil engineering. Then I went to go study fine art.
Okay.
But art was always my thing, because I used to do t-shirts even then, even still now. And then my cousin, one day, they were shooting a music video, Optical Illusion, in the Val.
Respect. Optical ear.
And that's back then, Street Journal. You remember there was Street Journal?
Yeah.
So he was a DP for Street Journal back then, But I didn't know that. And he was my cousin. So I had two cousins actually that both went to AFDA.
Okay.
But the other one didn't pursue it all the way.
Okay.
But the other one, which is Taidi Malema, he went to AFDA. And then I saw him shoot this music video, and I was like, it's like, what are these guys doing, Because I've seen cameras, but I was like, I didn't see it that way with lights and with art direction and stuff like that. And and Daddy was my first introduction to actually going to film school. Because I went to him and said, yo, Doc, what do you do? What is this? He said, no, come through to Joburg. I'll take you and just check out, And that's how I got to myself. That's how I got to AFDA.
Now then, you've done your 3 years at AFDA. You're fresh out of film school. Fresh. How are you approaching the game? How are you maneuvering to get yourself into the game and be a recognized DOP?
I'm gonna give shout out to all the people that puts like the tiles for me to walk on.
Yeah.
I think my first person, which is still my friend, which is strange, because when I came to Joburg, I knew. I think I had few friends like Sims, and then I made friends with Lebu, which led to you, which led to other people, and then which led to his brother, which is my friend. I'm more friends than Lebu. Like, he's my friend, but I knew I started with Lebu, but he's my friend other than little brother, because we spend more time together. So he's another person that when I just finished my third year film, he gave us a chance. Me and Lay, we said, hey guys, we've got this documentary that you want guys to shoot, and this is the camera. You must go and learn this camera. We've never shot on that camera. They gave us this big ass motherfucking camera. This I can swear.
Yeah. Your daughter will be watching.
But it's not bad. So they gave us this big P2. I'm telling you, it's this big. We had to learn that camera today. Tomorrow we shoot it.
Okay.
And you remember at AFDA, we only shot on film. We only shot on them.
Yes, the DV100, I think it was.
Yeah. So now we need to go into the big boys,
Yeah.
We thought it was like, So me and Levi went and learned that camera. And then we went to Limpopo and shot that document. That's how it started.
Incredible.
Actually, I'd say that was our big major job. We've done other stuff, but that was our big major job. Yeah.
I remember once, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, and I was in a car, I was driving past, and I remember seeing you and Deliza, and I think you were shooting Questa's first music video. I was like, what are these guys doing? Was it Questa or was it?
It was AKA.
Was it AKA?
In Bram, in next to.
I think it was in Bram.
Red.
Yeah, no, it was in Bram somewhere.
Yeah, I'll tell you. We still have a picture. Me, Lebu, and Deliza on that. It was Sleeker featuring AKA, featuring, I forgot, but it was Sleeker song.
Yeah.
But featuring AKA and other artists. I forgot other artists there.
Tubula, the remix.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. You guys were shooting those guys before. Yes, they had we had known about them, but they weren't what they are even currently.
I think also my thing, that's what I'm saying, even Deliza, even the other job we did, I'll just go back and add that. we did. People won't know, man. I shot a lot of Maskandi's music video. You remember there was a show called The Roots?
Yes,
I
yes,
used to
yes,
shoot
yes.
the music video sides of it.
Oh, wow.
So I moved. So from that job,
Yeah.
we did that documentary formed, which was the same company, which was Leaps back then. And then after that job, they gave me this job, you know. I think back then the DP was Grant, and Grant was going somewhere to do something else.
Okay.
And, you know, they said, hey, do you want to jump in? I jumped on it. So most were just shooting these music videos, Maskandi music video, which then intercut with the studio shoots. So I never did the studio shoots. So I only did the music video. I'll go and shoot the music videos. Back then it was exciting, you know. We'll clap about 4 music videos. Bah, one location out, because it's a TV show.
Yeah.
You know, you're just covering the music of the artist, you know.
Oh, okay. No, I hear you. What's your approach though when you're approaching music videos? Because story music videos will all be different. You know, when you're approaching music videos, how do you like to approach them and prep for them?
I think my approach has changed over the years, you know. It's also changed in terms of growth.
What was it then and what is it now?
Back then, man, I was just excited to shoot, man. I just wanted to get my hands on, just get, you know, just shoot, get your stuff, you know, build up your, because the more you shoot, the better you get, you know, and the better you understand what you're doing, you know. So I just needed to be there. They say you on, let's go in, you know. I never asked questions. They say, yeah, I never even negotiate the rates. Like, yeah, this is how much you're gonna pay. Yeah, I mean, let's go shoot, you know. So I just wanted to get myself out there. So there was never an approach back then because I was also learning. And for us, we didn't have mentors. We could say, hey man, can you put me in here so I can go see things? We didn't have that, you know. So it means you had to run. You had to learn on, like you had to skateboard. Literally, you get on it, you will fall, but you gotta stand up and go again, you know. So we didn't have that. So we learned amongst ourselves as peers, you know. We looked at what he's done, we looked at and all the mistakes that we've made. Those we still make them. Even today, we still make those same mistakes. But those mistakes made us better, you know. All of us who are still in the cinematography world, you know. So now it's like I'd listen to. So now I'm talking to now. Later, I didn't have an approach.
Okay.
I just did what I can do.
There's some interesting advice you once gave me, and I've actually even said this to even younger cinematographers. I've told them, which, you know, Rangwetsane has said this to me, that you have said, as a DOP, you think it's good to get a colorist that you have a relationship with, that you can grow with, just to make your shots look better. Do you still stand by that? Do you advise that to young DOPs still?
Yeah, man, coloring is important. A finished product, that's the whole point, you know. It has to be finished. So it means your last process to the imagery is your colorist, you know. And you see, those things it came at later. And because you also asking yourself, but why does we're shooting the same camera, we're shooting the same lighting, why does it looks different? That was a process where everyone's stuff would look different because there's a colorist on this side. You could shoot it as good as you want. It will look good, you know. But once you put it against another person that went an extra mile to make sure that everything is balanced correctly, the skin tones are right, everything works according to how it's supposed to be. That's where the colors came in, which I got introduced to Ndumiso, you know, which is my other friend, you know. That guy's very talented. I don't want to tell you, you know. It's the most honest person, the most quiet person. And he'd also give you like good advice, you know. So that was the first colorist that I really worked on hand in hand. Like there's a job I did, but I didn't know who could color it. Like I did a Frank Casino music video, which was colored by Craig Somanetti.
Okay.
But then I knew about coloring, but I was not in tune with it, you know, the way, like now I'm like, hey, it needs to go through the process, you know?
Yeah.
And I was also trying to I don't know. I was trying to find something, but I didn't know what is it. And then we got introduced by Mandla Dube. You know, he told me about Ndumiso. At then I was in KZN prepping for Ihostela season 1.
Okay.
You know, when I met Ndumiso. And so he was supposed to be my colorist for that one.
Okay.
But it didn't work out the way, you know, how stuff works out. He never did the show. So, but that was our introduction, me and Ndumiso. And then from there we took it and then we started speaking. So I remember I did a show called Uselwa, which never saw the light, you know. So he asked me, he's like, yo, man, I just need some stuff to work on. I said, yeah, man, I've got this footage. You can play with it, you know. You know, you do what you have to do. I also have to do, but in between, we'll help each other. And I told him, like, yo, you need to come down to Joburg, you know. If you intervene, you're not going to be able to do what you want to do, especially with the talent that you have, you know. Come to Joburg, swim with the fishes, you know. I'll try my best to give you, if I get a job and I'll push it towards you, you know, and yeah, and then you grow to get to a point where you have to grow, you know. At the end of the day, you know, you push me, I push you. It's a push on, you know. No one is doing anyone a favor. Even if I said come to Joburg, but you're not doing me a favor. It's your career at the end of the day. I'm going to take advantage of the fact that you can help me with this. You can also take advantage of whatever you can take out of me, but we're helping each other to get to where we need to get to, you know. So that's how our relationship started with Ndumiso. So everything that I do, I always communicate with him, even if I'm not going to color with him, but I still talk to him and say, hey, man, I know he's also doing other big stuff, which it's hard for me to get him these days, you know. And, you know, props to him, which is good, you know. That's what you want out of somebody that sometimes you can't even get him. It's like, you see, he's moving, you know. When you do get him, props, you know. Yeah.
You mentioned the Hostel. Tell us about shooting that. How did you approach that? Lensing, lighting, how was that?
I think when I came in Hostel, I just came in from shooting Uselwa. I think for the first time, maybe that was 10 years, let me see, I would say 10 years later from shooting, you know. When I shot Uselwa, that was the first time I said, shit, maybe I know a particular look that I like, that I can actually hit it consistently, you know. That was the first time I was like, oh, you know, I was lighting, but I wasn't intentional. So when I finished that show, I could say, oh, actually, I'm only starting after 10 years. I'm only hitting my first step.
Which of these, what was followed by Deep City? Is it? No, it's not Lost Fight. What did you follow with it? Because you're saying now you've mastered lighting. Now you've mastered.
No, I haven't
well,
mastered
not mastered, but you feel like now you're strong.
No, I'm saying when I did Uselwa, which is 10 was 10, let's say I started in 2008.
Okay, my mistake.
So 10 years late, I shot Uselwa.
Oh.
So all the way I've been shooting,
yeah,
it was a mismatch, until I shot Uselwa. And that's when I realized, oh, actually, I should light this way. So the whole 10 years was a learning, until I got to this point now. Oh, this is how it works now. So now I know if I want to do this, I can do this. If I want, you know, now the tricks were coming out easily compared to, you know, and I had less equipment on that shoot, you know. And then I jumped into a hostel, which was also a bigger show, you know, at that time for me in particular. So I went in, MQ was directing, MQ called me up and said, hey, come through.
Yeah.
You know, I've got this, I've got treatment, this is how I want. He was a creative director of that show at that time. You know, he was also going to do a build-up, you know. And then he gave me the whole treatment, said, what can I do? So I followed his lead. He knew what he wanted from the show. So I just brought in the cinematography. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. So it was a collaboration. It's never about, as much as you cinematographer, you're in charge of controlling of the image. But the director also has his power to like, yo, this scene I wanted to play like this. So most of the stuff, if he says this, I just enhance it. He'll say, he might explain and say, look, I want to do this. And I have to say, okay, cool. Would it work in this? But we would have to formulate and find a way how it would work, you know, the way he saw it. So I'll just try and recreate what he wants, you know. Sometimes you don't do it exactly, but you get closer to it, you know. So he came up with everything. And I think on that shoot, he's also, you know, he helped me out a lot, you know. So I also learned new stuff, you know, because he wanted this fast tracking. And it was also a new style that I haven't shot, you know.
Okay.
So it was a new chapter a new book I had to read, you know. I had to absorb, even for me, because he was coming from a commercial world, you know. So that was a new learning again, you know. So our approach was more, he knew what he wanted. He gave me the freedom, but he also said it needs to go this way, you know.
If you can't get the shot on set, you can get it at Mad Show Library. We've got the best in stock footage and archive. Just go to www.madshowlibrary.com. I think I might be wrong. I think you might be the last person to have shot Squatter Camp, Buffelids. Well, except one member actually. So maybe not all of them on Strip Down. Was it all of them?
No, don't forget, I shot a music video for them. Hey, which won the best music video. You remember Hey?
Yeah.
That was all of them. It was still there. That was like the last music video.
That's the last music video where all members are present.
Yeah, Infa is there. I shot all of them actually.
Yeah.
They were featuring there was a feature there. So
Yeah.
it means on top of the Squatter Camp people, there's another guy who was featured, you know?
Man.
So that won the Metro Film Award, you know,
Nice.
best music video. I think it's 20. I forgot, but it's there. I think that was the last one with all of them until Strip Down.
Strip Down. How was your approach to Strip Down? Lovely show, by the way.
You know what? So Strip Down, I came in later. Motel already did. So the show started with Motel.
Okay.
So they started with him and Magere. They already had how the show is gonna look, you know. I came in while the show was already moving, had teeth, you know, the baby was already walking, you know. I just plugged in, you know. And I just have to bring in what I have. But the foundation for me was Motel already solidified it for us, you know, in terms of what they were doing in Magere, you know. So I came in, I plugged in, and, you know, and Magere it's another brother that gave me a lot of opportunities. I won't forget about him, you know. We still speak even now, you know. He gave me a lot, and he trusted in us, you know. I wouldn't know why, but I don't know, man. I think he's the only, he's one person that actually pushed us to commercials. When we were not going to commercials, he actually laid those steps for us to. Now we're shooting commercial, it's because of him.
You guys did Hustle Season 1.
Yeah.
Man, how was that, man? Now, those guys are known. You know, they're out here doing their things even today. How was it putting together Hustle Season 1?
That's what I'm saying, man. Magere is another beast, man. I don't know how he does it, man. And he's my age, dog. You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, sometimes it's strange. It's like, man, we're in the same age group. When do you sleep? When do you know, when did all this happen? You know? Because he moved quicker than all our peers.
He did. He gave me one of my first big opportunities to supply a big show.
That's what I'm saying. I will all mention all the guys that put us on, you know?
Yeah.
So he's also one of them that put us on. But he put us on big time because we shoot commercial because of, he gave us commercials, you know? My first commercial was with Magere, big commercial, you know? So, but Magere knew exactly what he wanted to do, dog. That man preps, man. By the time he comes to you, he's like, dude, this is what I want. Can you do this? Cool, do this. And then he gives you freedom. You know, you do what you have to do. He looks at it, that's it, you know? But he will brief you properly, you know? Magere briefs, like, you know? And then you try to take whatever he's taking in and you do the best you could do with what he's given you.
Oh man,
Yeah.
incredible.
So, Strip Down was his brainchild,
Yeah.
you know, but he also gave us, that's where we played, you know.
Yeah.
For the first time, it's like, you're not, doesn't, you know, if he would say, no, this, I remember we shot this thing with Monewa, where she had this ballerina. He said, I wanted it very moody, but I want to. And that's when I was like, hey, studio, do it as well, you know. And now but we managed to get whatever we got out of that. For me, it was good. Like I looked at it, I was like, oh, you know. So that's what I'm saying. Those challenges, they also work. You know, those people put us under those pressures, but those pressures, they came in.
They came in handy, eh?
Yeah.
Oh man, awesome. You have also shot oh my god, I loved it. I loved Shaka Ilembe. I loved it. I absolutely loved Ilembe. Yambose. How was it with Ushaga? I know a lot of people are interested in that. Like, what was the camera world? Like, how was the prep, the camera, like just everything about it in terms of camera? That.
So with Shaka, I didn't have prep, you know. There was already a DP on it. So Zeno was the DP.
Shout out Zeno.
Of the show when I came in. So I came into. I remember when I came in as a second unit DOP.
Okay.
Malpage was doing second unit DP. He was leaving. He was gonna go do. He had another movie that he had to do. Okay. I think it was out of the country. So I had to come in and step in and take over where he left.
Okay.
My understanding. That was that. And yeah, so I took over the second unit. And I remember I had a chat. I think the first day I came in, Zeno came to me and said, hey man, thank you for coming in. Cool. Yeah, this is the show. It's how, you know, he gave me a bruise. And he said, but, you know, go with it, you know. But this is how we do it. Cool. He told me about the two sons. Cool. Yeah. And then he left and he went back to the first unit to continue with that. And also Malpage also gave me some heads up, you know. Because I knew Malpage long before that, you know. Because he also gave me a lecture at school. You know?
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember. Robert Malpage, just that dude. So now, when you're doing the second unit and they've left you, so which scenes are you doing? What are you taking care of as the HOD of the second unit?
You get your call sheet with your scenes that are on for second unit.
Okay.
So usually second unit you shoot. It's not it's not like you're picking up. Usually with big shows, when you do let's say for second unit, it's a cleanup. You clean up.
Okay.
So they can leave a scene in the middle.
Oh, okay.
You come back and pick up all these little things that they've left behind that are not important. So they can move to another scene.
Okay.
And you come in, you do the pickups of whatever the stuff they might need.
Okay.
That was my understanding of all big shoots, you know. But with this, you were shooting because I shot with two directors. I shot with Adze. I shot with Angus. You know, those are mainly directors that I worked with for the whole duration that I was there. Yeah, then you shoot. They come with the scenes. You get your scenes. You get, most of the time, I think we had 3, if I'm not mistaken. We had 3 scenes that we needed to do for the day. And, you know, some of them are big, you know. Yeah. And then there will also, sometimes I found myself on the first unit. I don't know how I got there, but I was not supposed to be there. I did some stuff on the first unit, but I also spoke to my agent. I'm like, hey, I'm on first unit, yeah. Talk to them, you know. Yeah, and yeah, but I prepped. So I jumped in. But don't forget, because I did Usel, I already shot a period before that. So I already had a prep long before. So I took the same tricks of bags that's why I said that's the show that I said, oh, I'm getting it now. You know, I understand. So I took all those tracks that I did with that show, which is a similar story, but it also has a different approach. The only different thing was the Shaka Ilembe, everything had to be backlit.
Oh, okay.
You know, only exterior shots. So when you're outside, everything has to be backlit.
So you're putting out lights on the outside, or make me understand.
So the way Dylan was he's the art director there. So he explained to me, it's like the sets were built facing, I hope he's not gonna kill me if he's watching this, north, if I'm not mistaken, so that the sun goes in. So I could start the first shot here. So the huts were built this way.
Okay.
So the sun will travel like this. So I can start, if they blocked it this way, I could shoot this person first.
Yeah.
Go around with the sun like this.
Oh, okay.
Wherever I'll pick up him late, so the sun is hitting him late at the back.
I get you.
So what Angus said, he said, you've got two suns in the world. Even if I'm shooting you a close-up here, you backlit, you're not backlit, I'm going to come and put you there. So you have another backlit. He's also backlit. So I wouldn't shoot you. You can't shoot flat on. It's either you contrast it or you backlit it, but you can't do clean. No.
Wow. And the fight scenes, how are you guys doing those? For me, fight scenes are very interesting. How are you guys approaching those? Those were great, by the way.
So those were Zeno's. I only came in to operate on one of them. I think there was a day where they moved our unit to join them, just to, but I didn't do fight scenes. So most of the stuff I did was story. You know, I shot. That's most stuff. They gave me story stuff, which I enjoyed. You know, fight scenes I didn't do. There was one I operated on. I remember there's only one scene that I operated where the Mabutu were fighting. It was day one. Yeah, the day one. Shaka was there, and then they did that trick where they. That was the only one, but I was operating, and that one I was not a DP, and towards DP. Zeno was DP on that one.
Dope. And you've recently shot Losing Lerato 2, which is on Netflix. How was that experience? Back when?
Yeah, that was. So I got a call from Brenda. Brenda's the one who brought me to the show, Mukwebo. I think at that time I was in Nigeria. I was still finishing up a movie in Nigeria. And then she called me, she's like, yeah, we've got this, we want to work with this. I thought, cool, I'll get back. And then we got back, and then, yeah, it was, and the director was Mr. Pagat himself. I think it was a good prepping. Had a bit of challenges, which, you know, it's filmmaking, you go through challenges. Some challenges there, and you could really look at them and say, I wish I did that, I wish I did that, you know. But overall, we pushed with the time that we had. We didn't have a lot of time shooting it, you know, but we tried our best in the time that we were given. And I enjoyed, man. You know, I think the performance are always, you know, I take off my head to performance, because those things sometimes are hard, just to stay in certain place and cold. It's for my jacket and shoot, you know, and challenges there, especially for even Gachisu. He's acting, he's producing, you know. Yeah.
What are your thoughts about IP and owning your work?
I think IP is the whole thing. In America, whatever you touch on, you're given residuals for it, you know. So everybody, you know, everyone, so when you start a movie, it's a blank canvas. Everyone's coming in to contribute and put, if you come in with your red stain, you put it there. I come in with my green stain, art director comes in with their blue, sound comes with this other color. Everyone, even the assistants, they have their colors there, you know, that's what really, so it means you can literally look at all the colors and say, oh, they all contributed. Everyone has to have a certain percentage percentage. So that's important because that's legacy. That's work. People can still get paid later from, which in America they do that. I don't know if it's still on, but you can't. You get your get a royalty.
Yeah.
So I would be rich if I had royalties, man. I shot two opening sequences from Muvhango that went in for a long time.
Yeah.
That's why if I had to get paid,
Yeah.
that opening sequence would pay me more.
I see.
I think everyone needs to own their intellectual properties. It's like music. If you're gonna add in a drum or a triangle, you have to get paid for it because no one played that triangle before.
That's true.
It's also like art. If you come in with your brush and you stroke something, we need to reimburse you for that stroke because it was never there. You're the only person that could create that. So it's important for people to get their, I'll say, royalties.
True.
I
keep asking my guests, you're not my first guest to ask about this, and I keep asking it because I think the subject is so important because, like you're saying, this came from you and you added a color and this person added a color, this person added a color. And so you have this beautiful painting once everyone has added their colors. And it would be so good that people can still live off that. When I think of someone like a Bob Marley, his royalty, his children are still to this day can benefit from his music and what he's done. So the power of IP, I really have to stress it because I hope change comes. I hope and pray artists can own their work and, our kids can benefit from these things.
Because it's there. The royalties are there. But they just, like SABC used to pay royalties. Yeah, back in the day, this thing changed. But SABC used to pay royalties. SABC used to even pay you to do an interview.
Man, that is insane.
Back then.
I remember once seeing an interview. There was that girl who used to be on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Ashley. She played Ashley. She was she's grown. She's a grown woman now, and she says that my royalty check has gone down. There's not as many repeats as they were before. In my head, I'm thinking, are you telling me that this girl, as old as she is, years after Fresh Prince ended, she is still getting paid for the show? Wow. So that Kabanga, the guys from Mzino's and Sis, if they owned the
That's what I'm saying. Actors from SABC used to get paid. They used to get their royalties. I think people who were not getting royalties, it's the behind the camera. But actors were getting their royalties. You remember Bongi, man? Bongi Maband. Bongi once came with the check. You remember when we were broke living in Melbourne? He knows, He's like, yo, man, I just got I won't mention it's a drink. It's a software drink. He's like, because he did an advert in Cape Town.
Yeah.
Later, it's like, hey man, I just got my check from that advert, but it's the royalty.
Okay.
He got paid to shoot it back then, but he got paid later. Even directors in commercials gets their
it?
So it's only us, the technician, but I know directors they get it in commercials. Actors, I don't know if they still get it, but they used to get it from SABC.
Oh wow!
So I don't know if it stops but they had their royalties because don't forget if it plays in Botswana, they get them to their royalty check. I think it's a recent thing when it stopped, but everyone has to get their IP, Baba, a little bit. Even if I get that 3 rand,
even if it's at 3 rand,
that's what I'm saying.
Something.
Imagine those 3 rands from those Mufang. That's how many years? Maybe it's close to 10 years?
Yeah.
I'm at 3 rand one. I might be putting it low. Maybe it's higher, but I'm just trying to make a point.
I hear you. At Metro, we believe that storytellers change the world, and we would like to give you the right tools to accomplish this mission. For all your gear rental needs, go to www.metro.co.za or send us an email at rentals@metro.co.za. Where to from here, Kado? What are your plans? What are you thinking? I mean, you've done a lot, but it's not like you're
there's still so much to do. What are you thinking?
I mean, you know, dog, I'm still a student, you know, can't stop until I become a lecturer, then I stop shooting. Then I try to explain to the kids how it works, you know, to the best ability. But things are changing. The kids, man, these days, they have all the tools. Remember how hard it was to get a camera after we finished school?
Yeah.
Hard, even to get just the simple camera. If you get the camera, then you don't have the crew. Now these guys are so spoiled.
No, they blessed.
No, it's a good thing. They have to be spoiled so they can able to create.
Yeah.
It's hard to have all these ideas. You can't even let them out.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So they're good. They're in a good space because they can able to create.
Yes.
The only thing that's holding it's themselves. You know what I'm saying? Even us, it's whatever's holding us, it's us. You know, because the tools are there. I don't have to shoot on. But if I want to tell a story and I feel like okay, this only I can afford, and the story can be told. You know, then I have to go for that medium. You know, unless I'm not gonna create this thing. You know, but you never stop learning. So you saw, I sit in front of my computer, try and look what's out there. If I'm not working, I just see, I look at other filmmakers. What are they doing? What's new? You know, just to try and learn and see. Because I've always been a firm believer of small cameras. I got my breaks with small cameras. You know? I only started shooting with Aries and all that stuff later, you know. But I'm still a champion with a small camera. You bring it here, you know. And I'm not gonna say. I want tools that can work. I don't wanna take something and then it messes up everything. Now I've finished all the budget. I'm gonna live in a globe one. You can't put it there. Man, you know what? So it's a collaboration. Everything has to collaborate. So we have to look at. I'm in that space where I want to sit with the art director. I want to sit with the director. Everyone actually, just to see how we can make it. Because sometimes I might be things that I don't need. You know, I'm like, you know what? Maybe let's give that person. I might not need this for this. Let's take this man. Let's move it to there so that the image. You know, whatever we're trying to create, it's balanced. And then if there's tools that I need, then I can take them, you know. But let's work in hand because the image is not being made from one person. It's made from everyone. That's what I'm saying. Those paintbrushes, the other one's gonna make everything. I can't just bring my own paintbrush. Sometimes I'll just have my paintbrush and I look at it as like, it needed more strokes. Other strokes were not there, you know, because I deprived them. I'd say, I'm just making an example. They didn't get the little bit, but it's a community thing. If you don't do it this way, it's hard.
Absolutely.
You know?
I like what you said, Uti. Younger cats have got more opportunities, phones, and they can get things out. I heard Jazzy Jeff saying, creatives must die empty. Whatever you've got, put it out. You must die empty.
It will kill you, that thing, because you die with them. They sitting. Actually, that's what I shot my other short film. After watching that interview, he said, I don't know, he was saying who's artist, like that guy took out all Jay Dilla. He said Jay Dilla, he knew was going. That guy made whatever, he put it all out. Yeah. He said, even if he died the way he died, but he let it out. He's like, if you all those albums sitting here, they're gonna kill you even quicker. You know?
Man, Gada, thank you so much for your time. I hope this is going to inspire and teach someone else. I wish you nothing but the best. Continue to grow, and we will see you grow, and we will celebrate you. And thank you, sir, for coming through. I really appreciate you.
Can I just give him the last one? I think for everyone wants to create.
Yeah.
Just do yourself, you know. At the end of the day, you're the one who's creating the images, you know. Because then you mirroring your images to the world, you know. We all like all those great image creators, you know. You wanna do that way, but at some point you have to find something that resonates with you, and that's the image. Maybe your images might not look as prettier, but that doesn't mean that's not an image, you know. You will eventually get to a space where once you feel like this is coming from you. you'll create images that make you happy. Sometimes I'm like, I doubt myself all the time, and I look at something, I'm like, it's not that great. But I look at it again 2 months later, I'm like, I'm playing myself here. But I feel like everyone must do themselves, and it's hard. We live in a world with so many images, and sometimes you can doubt yourself by looking at other one's image. But once you find your piece with your image, it's the only thing, I can't copy Muteo, I can't copy Onga, I can't copy Lebu, I can't copy Rick. Like yesterday I was on Rick's shoot, So I was doing those things I was telling you where you clean up. I couldn't light like Rick. Those things that and I said, and then he said, hey man, you need to do. And I told him after shoot, I was like, I actually learned something, man. I couldn't do it. It's important for the way he wants it to see it. He sees that way. And now I can't do that. And I appreciate that. I was like, damn. But if I was like, no. This out. I was like, okay, cool. No, just, and I said, okay. And he took control. I was like, okay, that's how I feel. And then we figured it out. And then we arranged to do it. And that puzzled me, because sometimes you would like, people expect you to, because you've shot this and this, expect you, but that's not your style.
I get you. We're gonna leave it on that beautiful gem. Got it. Thank you so much for your time.
It feels good every day when every African turns and shines my way. All my brothers from Zaire, Ethiopia, Uganda, and Zimbabwe. It feels good every day when every African turns and shines my way. All my brothers from Zaire, Ethiopia, Uganda, and Zimbabwe. Oh man, it feels good.
For more amazing content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And please follow us on all our social media pages. Love.